how did you find out about Miss Rodeo for a reason, and what made you turn in your entry?
So I am Delaney Welch. I am 20 years old. I wanted to join the pageant because I was excited about not having to travel everywhere all the time and dress up and look a certain way and put in all this effort because, like everybody has a life, everybody has work, everybody has jobs. So it just makes it kind of difficult because I'm actually entering a PRCA Queen pageant in June and I have to take a whole week off of work because there's so much enticed into it. And it also helps that it's virtual too, because then it's like we can still get to know everybody without having to meet someone. I found out about this through social media, actually. I think it was on TikTok first, and then it was on Instagram, and then it was on Facebook, and then it just became a revolving door. And so I was like, okay, fine. So advertising works.
Yeah, so good. So what is it about rodeo? Why is rodeo special to you? And do you have a special reason that if you were Miss Rodeo for a reason, if it ends up being you, what's that message in your heart that you're passionate to tell others about?
I want to be the reason of can for someone who says they can't. When I was 14 years old, I started kind of getting interested in horses because a friend of mine would constantly go to church every Sunday and talk about play day, rodeo this, rodeo that. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And I thought I was too old to start because I thought it capped out at 18. Yeah. No one in my family is a horse person. I'm the first generation. So I started riding with her, and then it turned into, oh, let's go to the stable barn. And so then I was riding lesson horses and learning how to tack and untack and going on trail rides. And then I met my neighbor because I would go for walks around the neighborhood because I would talk to boys without my parents knowing. So that was when I was like 15, but I went down to my neighbor's farm and she offered me to ride her horses. And that just sparked it all and it took off. The first year I rode, I was learning how to ride and progressing. And the first year I competed, I won the championship buckle in a class of 10 girls. The second year it was top 5. The competition was a little tough. And then last year she had her horse pass away, so she needed her horse back. And so I went and bought my own. And she was a green halter broke 10-year-old thoroughbred mare.
Oh my, that sounds like a lot of work.
But the thing is I like to say she chose me, I didn't choose her. Because I picked her up at the sale barn. I went in the pen with her. And within 5 minutes, her face was in my chest. I didn't ask
you.
And so she's always shared a special bond with me. And she's now loping the pattern after being lame for 6 months due to white line disease. And I just picked up a almost 2-year-old cowbred paint filly who's registered as a Palomino Roan Taviano.
If you like rodeo queen pageants and you want to keep going and enter other pageants, they're going to ask you things, just no-brainer things about horses and rodeo information. So let's start right there. Delaney, I'm also going to ask you about what you're wearing. Okay, so do you know the name brand of your hat? And can you tell us a little story about that jacket?
So this is a Rodeo King hat. I've been wanting this hat specifically for a little over 1.5 years now. And I saw it at the Fort Worth Stock Show in my size. And I was like, this is going to hurt my bank, but I've been waiting way too long for this. So I just jumped the gun and got it.
Good.
This jacket, I don't know if y'all can see it, has like fringe all the way down.
Oh, I can see it.
It's extra. This is actually the first like cowhide piece of clothing that I've owned, but I was just in the Fort Worth stockyards one night with some of my friends. I live about 30 minutes from there. So I was there with some friends and I saw the jacket when we went shopping in all the little shops, and I was like, okay, I need that. And then my birthday, I was like, money.
Yeah, and that's what you spent your birthday money on. So the reason I ask girls, and this is important, when you dress different, when you put a cowboy hat on, it is very symbolic of our culture, of our rodeo community and our Western heritage. Shelly, tell us a story about that hat.
Okay, so we did this in Vegas, and I would not buy a hat like this at all, but because of my awesome sister here, Kendra, she talked me into this hat and got this as a present to me, and I just cherish it. But I will tell you, girls, she's right when she says people notice your hat and I had so many compliments that night. And every time I wear it, they mention the hat, and I feel like when I first started, it's like, this is not me. This is just feels weird to me and everything. But as I realized, like the people's reaction, it gave me more confidence to wear something like this. And so I save it for special occasions, and this is one of them. So.
Question, can I say something really fast?
Yes, you can.
So I noticed this, but this hat is signed by Haley Kinzel, JB Mooney, Jackie Crawford, Miss Rodeo America 2022, Cheyenne Wimberly, Brittany Tanazi, and Aaron Watson.
So there's your conversation piece.
This thing doesn't get touched.